Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Nick here. This is a quick one-take video to say that Doctor Who will return next year in 2026 with a Christmas special. So we're going to skip this Christmas, sadly, although The War Between the Land and the Sea is apparently now going to air in December 2025. So maybe, after rumours it was going to be 2026 broadcast, and we were thinking maybe New Year's Day for that, maybe to start that. So maybe we might even get the first episode Christmas Day. Who knows? It'd be great if it was Christmas Day, New Year's Day, and then I think it's Thursdays for those 2 days. And then the next three Thursdays. Well, Death in Paradise is on Fridays now, so yeah. Except for Series 13, that was on Sunday. But yeah, maybe that's what's going to cover the festive season this time round is going to be the War Between the Land and Sea. But next year, Christmas 2026, Doctor Who will return. Hooray! And then season 3, series 16, season 42 overall, is going to follow that. Hopefully 2027. Which also will be when the first of the CBeebies animated series will start up. So I'll read the full article on the Doctor Who official website. Today, the BBC announced that Doctor Who will be back on our screens at Christmas 2026 with a special episode written by Russell T Davies. With Disney Plus confirming they will not be partnering on the next season of the sci-fi show. That's the other big news. Disney has confirmed they are not renewing the deal. The War Between the Land and the Sea will be the final episode released under the Disney Plus deal that was struck in 2021-2022 for the production of everything post Power of the Doctor, apart from maybe stuff like the minisodes, Destination Sky. So everything from the Star Beast onwards, Star Beast up to the Reality War plus the War Between the Land and the Sea has been a Disney Plus joint deal, but they have confirmed that they're not going to partner on the next season. So season 3 will have to find a new partner, or it's going to be back to in-house, just like it was prior to the deal. The BBC remain fully committed to the show and will announce plans for the next series in due course to ensure the Doctor's adventures continue. I gotta be honest, whilst I'm a bit disappointed that the Disney deal is not renewing, I am glad we do not have to wait until after the War Between the Land and the Sea to officially know what's going on. We at least now know something. Especially with the whole Disney's going to release that in February rather than the BBC are pushing it forward to December, then we'd have to wait until after not only after those episodes came out, but after Disney had collected enough data to get the results and then determine. So it could easily have been March or April. We could have found out the decision, but I am glad that we found out the information. The other thing was we could have we found out on Doctor Who Day, 23rd of November. But as it's October 29th today, so we're getting the big news today. No, it's not 29th, it's 28th. It's Wednesday. It's not Wednesday, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday 28th, not Wednesday 29th. Why am I getting the days mixed up? Lindsay Salt, director of drama, BBC, said, "We like to thank Disney Plus for being terrific global partners and collaborators over the past 2 seasons and for the upcoming The War Between the Land and the Sea and the 60th anniversary specials. The BBC remains fully committed to Doctor Who, which they have mentioned before already, which continues to be one of our most loved dramas, and we are delighted that Russell T Davies has agreed to write us another spectacular Christmas special for 2026. Whether he's staying on beyond the Christmas special is to be seen. I would imagine at the very least one more season. He said he's got plans up to season 4, season 5, and it also depends on who the next Doctor is and how long they want to stick around for. We'll get back to that point in a moment. We can assure fans the Doctor is not going anywhere and will be announcing plans for the next series in due course, which will ensure the TARDIS remains at the heart of the BBC. Before next year's special, fans of the beloved series still have much to enjoy with The War Between the Land and the Sea, heading to BBC iPlayer and BBC One later this year. Christmas, 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 Christmas. And New Year, which would go back to it being 2026, but before we got it said that it was being pushed forward to 25, back to December 2025, because it was initially planned for the autumn, then it got pushed back to early 2026 and now brought forward to December 25. So when it was in the 2026 period, that would have been like New Year, New Year, New Year. And in the autumn 25 one, maybe finishing around Christmas rather than starting. So now, like, start Christmas Day, following episode New Year Day, and then following 3 Thursdays. Anyway, as well as a brand new animation for CBeebies, which is in development, that should be starting 2027, broadcast at least. The Doctor Who Christmas special will be produced by Bad Wolf with BBC Studios for the BBC, which basically means we're going back to, unless they find another partner before then, means that we're going back to what it was prior to Bad Wolf taking over, but with Bad Wolf now involved. So it's basically going to be basically what if Bad Wolf were now making the show, but they didn't have the deal. So like still with the BBC, like with the Jodie Whittaker era, but with Bad Wolf involved as well. So it's like yeah. So basically that's basically back to how we were pre the Disney deal, but with Bad Wolf still being the production company making the series rather than it being entirely BBC in-house. It's still going to be somewhat BBC in-house, at least for the funding, but unless they do make a partner with another deal with another partner. But yeah, it's probably it's going back to like what we had prior, but still also produced by Bad Wolf. So yeah, as for who is going to be the next Doctor, is it going to be Billie Piper? Because Jane Trans accidentally said that she said that Billie Piper's come back as Rose Tyler. So hopefully this 2026 Christmas special is going to answer a lot of questions that people would have been having for by the time it airs, it'd be nearly 19 months. So it looks like Doctor Who's going to be on a 19-month hiatus. So it's not the new Wilderness Years, it's the new 19 actually month hiatus with the spin-off in between. So okay, that's like at least that's something for us to enjoy. More than fans had back in 1985-86. Doctor in Distress, I guess. The Roland Rat skit. The food little skits that Colin Baker did for her charity, Famine Time or something. Will Maddox did a video about it on Universal's. Go watch it. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it looks like Doctor Who will be returning after a 19-month nearly hiatus next Christmas with a undisclosed Christmas special, possibly starring Billie Piper as either the 16th Doctor or Rose Tyler. If she's not the Doctor, then someone else might take up the role of the Doctor, or maybe they'll ask Ncuti to come back really, really nicely, and they'll just say, "Oh, that was they do a fake out regeneration and it sort of inverses back in." It probably won't be that. They probably wouldn't do that. They'd probably be respectful for Ncuti. So it depends on how things go. But if it's not Billie Piper as the Doctor, then whoever they decide to cast instead. And Rose Tyler comes back as a character in that. The other thing is maybe she's an intermediate Doctor, like the War Doctor, like an unnumbered incarnation inspired by a face from the past, but they don't count as an official number, unlike the 14th Doctor. And they're just in the single episode before regenerating into the actual 16th Doctor. It does use up the regeneration numbers a bit more, but it kind of makes a bit more sense. It does sound a little bit confusing, but I think that would be okay if she wasn't the 16th Doctor, but she was like an intermediate Doctor, the intermediate Doctor, or the Rose Doctor, perhaps. We'll see, but yeah. The other thing is, it could be like maybe it's not really. Maybe it's actually Rose coming through from the parallel world or something. I'm not quite sure, but I'm hoping they had some sort of an idea when they wrote that of what they would do with it, and I hope that they still have an idea regarding it, because if they're going to be writing it, if Russell's writing it and they're going to go into production sometime within the next, it won't be broadcasting for under 14 months' time, so they got that amount of time to produce it, as well as and then a few more months after that for season 3, series 16. Um, so yes, they'll probably enter production maybe after Christmas, maybe after War Between the Land and Sea is aired, and they've done all the promotion for that, etc. Maybe they'll get started on filming the next series or producing the next series at the very least after that. We'll see how it goes. The production seems to be done a lot longer in advance nowadays than it used to be. Um, so, I mean, Revolution of the Daleks was filmed in November 2019, and it didn't air until the 1st of January 2021. So it was over a year um, before that aired. So it's not impossible that they could be starting production, if not next couple of weeks, then maybe early next year, maybe spring at the. I would say at the latest spring, if they were keeping to how they've been doing things. As of late. But latest that they physically can actually do it would be about this time next year. Because I mean, Doctor Mysterio was filmed about October 2016 times, and they got it out in time. They even got a scene ready for well, apart from in the music department, that was using that wasn't the final music used, but the scene itself was more or less the final scene or a rough cut of that scene. Used for children in need. So, yeah, so the latest that they physically can do it would be about a month or two beforehand because of all the visual effects and editing, etc. But the earliest they're more likely to go for an earliest start time, which would probably be midwinter, so about February, maybe early spring. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's my reaction to the news of Doctor Who returning in 2026. And I'm holding out for the War Between the Land and the Sea, starting Christmas Day, New Year's Day episode, second number 2, and then the following 3 Thursdays if we want to keep it to a weekly basis. I think it would probably be fine on a Thursday. Torchwood worked on Thursdays, apart from for Series 3 and some episodes of Series 1 where they broadcast on other days. But I think. Oh, how did that happen? Yeah. Anyway, Torchwood's apart from Series 3, and I think at least one episode of Series 1. I think episode 11, which was aired on New Year's Eve, and then episodes 12 and 13 would double bill on New Year's Day. Sorry, Christmas Eve, and then double bill on New Year's Day, 06 and 07. And I think that year Christmas was a Tuesday. Was it Runaway Bride? Christmas Day was a Monday, so it was a Sunday broadcast for Torchwood's episode 11 for Series 1, and then Monday for the other two, for 12 and 13. I have to check about episodes 1 to 10, but I thought they were Thursdays. It could have been Monday nights. And Series 2 and Series 4 were definitely Thursdays, and Series 3 was one episode a day for one working week in July. So I have to check Series 1 to broadcast date for the first 10 episodes, but I mean, Thursdays they worked out for Torchwood, Series 2 and 4, and maybe Series 1 as well, if that is correct. But it could have been, it might have been Mondays, apart from episode 11. Or they had a double bill the first 2 episodes as well as the last 2. So yeah, Thursdays worked out fine. Sarah Jane Adventures also aired. They started off weekly Monday Series 1 and 2. Then it was Thursday and Friday for you had 2 episodes a week, like Peter Davison's Fifth Doctor stories. This time on Thursdays and Fridays in for Series 3, and then Series 4 and 5 back to Monday, but also Tuesday, because they were sticking to the 2 episodes a week, but moved one of those episodes per week back to Monday, and the other one was Tuesday. So those ones did well on those dates. Class was Saturdays, and K9 and Company was one Monday. So that's as far as the spin-offs broadcast dates. So yeah, maybe so it could work on a Thursday broadcast. I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted it to be Saturday or Sunday instead, but I think Thursdays would work just as well for War Between the Land and the Sea. So that's what. So I'm hoping holding out for a Christmas Day start, New Year's Day second episode, and then the following 3 Thursdays. But who knows? Maybe it'll be maybe it'll be 5 episodes over a consecutive week. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. Apparently, the Christmas schedules isn't looking that great this year, especially compared to last year. We'll see how it goes. They'll probably publish the Christmas specials a couple weeks' time ahead of so that the Radio Times and the other TV guides can publish them. Okay, so I suppose that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.